Hello, sixth graders. Welcome to sixth grade math, Areas of Trapezoids lesson. Pause while you write the lesson title in your math notebook. Pause again while you write today's lesson objective in your math notebook. Today's objective is I can find the areas of trapezoids by completing practice problems with 100% accuracy in multiple attempts. Today's standard is find the area of regular and irregular polygons by composing into rectangles or decomposing into triangles or other shapes. Today's key idea is area of a trapezoid. In words, the area of a trapezoid, A, is 1/2 of the product of its height, h, and the sum of its bases, b1 and b2. In algebra, it looks like capital A equals 1/2 h times b1 plus b2. Be sure this makes it into your notebook accurately with the example. We're going to start today's lesson with example 1a. Find the area of each trapezoid. So that's what it's asking us to do. And here's a picture of the trapezoid. Be sure you put that into your notes. Our first step, as always, is to write the formula. So you need to write the formula into your notebook. And our formula is just what we had in the key idea. Area equals 1/2 h times b1 plus b2. Now, I am going to tell you it does not matter if you choose the top as b1 or the bottom as b1, as long as you have the flat sides. Those are your bases. So the book here chose the top base as base 1 and the bottom base as base 2. If you do it the opposite direction, it doesn't matter because we have the commutative property of addition. So you can choose those either way. So when you do step 2, so this is step 1, when you do step 2 and you substitute in, sometimes your numbers might look a little different than somebody else's, and that's okay as long as you have the right numbers in the right spot. So the two parallel sides, those are your bases, and then there are two sides in a trapezoid that are not parallel with each other. So the straight one, the one that meets the other two at a right angle, is the one that you use for the height. So that would be the 6 in this example. And so first we add, and that's our step 3. And then we're going to multiply. So we multiply 6 times 14 times 1/2, and we get 42. So step 4 is we multiply. And remember what we talked about when we did areas of triangles. You can take half of any of those numbers. So you don't have to multiply 6 times 14 and come up with a big number and then do half of that. You can take half of 14, which is 7, and multiply that 7 times 6, which is one of your basic math facts, and you should know that that equals 42. So that's a little Mrs. Tim's trick, and you can use that anytime you want. The area of the trapezoid is 42 square feet, so that is our answer. Moving on to example 1b. Again, we're finding the area of the trapezoid. Be sure you get a picture of that into your notebook. And our bases are going to be base 1 is 8.5 and base 2 is 11.5 meters. And our height is 5 meters. So see how that meets at a right angle. And so our first step is to write the formula. Our second step is to substitute. So write the formula and then substitute in our numbers. And then we are going to add. So we add 8.5 plus 11.5, which gives us 20. And then our fourth step is we multiply. So we multiply 1/2 times 5 times 20. So again, if you do that kind of out of order and you do half of 20 is 10, and 10 times 5 is 50, it makes your math a little bit easier. And then we find out that our answer is 50 square meters. Looking at example 2, we're again finding the area of a trapezoid. We're just doing that on a grid, so you have to be careful and count those grid lines really carefully. And to add a little bit of fun to this, our trapezoid is turned a different direction than what we're used to seeing it. So our bases, our two parallel sides, are on the left and the right instead of top and bottom. But that's okay, we can do this. So it says count the grid lines to find the dimensions. The height, so if you were to turn this sideways, it really looks like a length the way it is, but if you were to turn it sideways, the height is 6 units. So we're counting from the left corner over to the right corner, and we're counting the spaces. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spaces. So that's how we get 6 for our height. And base 1 is from the top. I'm going to change colors here so you can see what we're doing. So we're counting from right here to right here. So that's 1 space. And the base 2 is from this top corner down to the next one. So that's 2 spaces. So we write the formula. So that's step 1. And we substitute in those values. That's step 2. And then we add 1 plus 2 is 3. That's step 3. We multiply 6 times 3 times 1/2. That's step 4. That equals 9. So the area of the trapezoid is 9 square units. So the correct answer is C. Example 3 is our real-life application. It says you can use a trapezoid to approximate the shape of Scott County, Virginia. The population is about 23,200 people. About how many people are there per square mile? So first we need to find the area of Scott County. So they've shown you the county on the map with a trapezoid shape on top of it to show you that it truly is just about the shape of a trapezoid. So your first step is going to be to write the area of the trapezoid. And your second step is to substitute in those numbers. So 20 is the height, 15 is base 1, and base 2 is 38. So that was step 2. Step 3 is you are going to add and multiply. So you're going to simplify to find the area of Scott County, which is about 530 square miles. And then you have a step 4, which is down here, and that says divide the population by the area to find the number of people per square mile. So that's step 4. So there are about 23,200 people in the whole county, and when you divide that by 530 square miles, that turns out to be about 44 people per square mile. Remember, to complete your flipped lesson, you need to be sure all of your notes in your ISN are complete and do your Google form questions. Review your lesson if you need to, and complete your Big Ideas math assignment in your Math Spiral notebook. Submit that assignment when it is 100% correct and not before. Be sure to track your progress on your playlist.